Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. Welcome to your 10-minute morning send off designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. So, today we are going to talk about receiving protection. So, if you feel that you would like to feel protected, you feel unprotected, you feel unsafe, you feel that there's nowhere in the world to connect with to feel protected, you're looking at the world and it feels like a very unsafe place with a lot of harm wherever you go. Today, we're going to talk about receiving protection. So, if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I am passionate about teaching people how to receive by unlearning struggle. And one of the things that I love to illuminate is that while some struggle in life is natural, much of it is learned. And boy, in this day and age, on the world stage, it is really an opportunity to see how, while there is some struggle, the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is all of the ways that we fuel our struggle, that we feed into the struggle. And now more than ever, if you are willing to discover that you can receive joy, receive well-being, receive fulfillment, that it's right here, right now, and that there's so much that you can do to unlearn struggle in order to allow it in. It's actually a really important skill to have in this day and age, not just for yourself, but because it's one of the most generous things you can do. As you tap into the well-being that is here right now and stand for it and embody it and exemplify it, you can be part of the contribution in your inner world, your immediate world, your loved ones, as well as the world at large. Excuse me. So I'm going to be reading to you one card from my Receive card deck that's brand new, coming out in the new year and available very soon for the holidays by pre-order. I'm going to read you one card. Today's card is Receive Protection. And then I'm going to send you off on your day with a willingness mantra. And willingness is one of the most important energies that you can tap into to receive. And so it activates the power of invitation. I'll also unpack it a little bit and share some additional thoughts about receiving protection. So I invite you to sit back. If you like, close your eyes, let these words wash over you, and just let these words do what they came here to do for you today. All right, so receive protection. I invite you to take a deep breath. It puts you in a great space of receiving. Here we go. Receive protection. When you are safe, you don't need protection. When you are not safe, you need protection. However, have you ever considered that sometimes you actually are safe, but don't feel safe? This is an important distinction, and your capacity to be aware of when you feel unsafe, regardless of your circumstances, is essential to your capacity to thrive and not merely survive. In order to thrive and receive your fulfillment, your awareness must be relaxed, open, and receptive to the abundance of well-being, possibilities, and inspiration that life always offers. But when you are in survival mode, your only concern is to stay alive. Your consciousness, which creates your reality, is minimally receptive. Your focus becomes narrow, and all you can receive is the bare minimum. You don't feel protected. You feel vulnerable, exposed, trapped, threatened, or in harm's way. Your earliest experience with feeling protected comes from childhood. In an ideal world, your parents or caregivers provided for your shelter and protection, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Even in the healthiest of families, parents are imperfect and we don't always feel protected. And in less than ideal scenarios, whether because of our families or because of other socioeconomic, environmental, or cultural factors, lack of protection is a fact of life. If you've lacked the experience of protection, you will lack a frame of reference. In other words, you will not know what it feels like in your inner world. Feeling unsafe will feel normal to you, and your awareness will be set into a state of hypervigilance. As a result, you may believe that you can only find protection outside of you. You'll be inclined to control things in your outer world in order to protect yourself. But because people and circumstances cannot be controlled, you will struggle. However, as you become willing to explore the power of your awareness to invite and manifest protection, you will open up to expansive opportunities to thrive and receive fulfillment. Protection is the experience of someone coming to your rescue when you have a limit in your capacity to handle a situation. A capable being that creates a boundary between you and the threat. The voice that speaks on your behalf when you're afraid, don't know how, or simply haven't the words. The person that says no. The one who stands for enough is enough. The one who enforces the boundary, leave. You are not permitted here. Practice noticing when you feel unsafe, threatened, or like you want to get control over things in your outer world. See these feelings for what they are, the need to feel safe and protected. Then let yourself want what you want. Do you want someone to say no? Do you want someone to leave your space? Do you want permission to declare enough? Is there another need or boundary? Honor this. Take a breath and let the need for protection be here. This voice and presence is already within you. It is the awareness of protection. As you become willing to hear it, you will expand in your capacity to become aware of where it exists within you and in your outer world. And as you nurture this need for protection more and more, you'll be able to relax, to simply be, to rest, and to receive. So that is the Receive Protection card. And here's your willingness mantra for the day. Anytime that you become aware of the desire for protection, of wishing and wanting that you were protected, and maybe you don't quite recognize that, but you find yourself wanting to control the outer world in order to feel safe, see if you can notice. And this willingness mantra, whether you use it during those times or just all day long, because you love this idea of feeling safe and protected, here's your mantra. I am willing to see all the ways I am already protected. I am willing to see all the ways I am already protected. So I would love to hear any comments, any questions, anything that arises for you as you explore this topic for yourself. And certainly if you have any requests for other things that you'd like me to cover in Arise and Receive, because believe it or not, I'm almost done with my card deck. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I'll be sharing more about that. But let me not digress. Let's talk about receiving protection. For those of you who've been in my orbit for a long time, you know that the earliest stages of my career was as a law of attraction expert, and I was all about manifestation, and I still am. But I've really come to hone in on the simplicity of manifestation through the receiving lens. And one of the things that I used to say in my earlier years is ultimate manifestation is not about attracting anything. It's about seeing everything. And in the earlier kind of wave of law of attraction teachings, there's been a huge misunderstanding and distortion that manifestation is about attracting. It's actually not about attracting anything, because all there is wholeness. All there is one energy. You are not separate from this one. It's all here. One of the things I love to be a broken record about with my clients and in my programs is you already are all that you seek to be, do, and have. It's already here. So if you're not manifesting it, if you're not experiencing it, it's not because it's missing. It's not because it's broken and needs to be fixed. It's because in some way, shape, or form, you're not seeing it. And so you cannot receive something that you're not willing to see. And so if all you put your attention on, all you see is lack of safety, harm, and threat, and of course, in this day and age, there is plenty of evidence for that. If you're not willing to see the ways that you are safe, the ways that you are protected, if you're not willing, you will not be able to receive it. And it is here. So one of the practices that I invite my students to take on is to consider when they really, really want something and they're feeling lack or disconnection from it, to consider what are they taking for granted? What are they taking for granted? If you want to feel protected, what are you taking for granted in all of the ways that you are safe and protected? And even if your mind is so deeply entrenched in this, or you are somebody who has experienced trauma, your nervous system is conditioned to be in hypervigilance. Believe me, I know that one, and I have trained in trauma work. So this is not just if you're not able to connect with it, this is not about you having some sort of a flaw in your mind control by any means. This is simply about raising our awareness to the power of our consciousness, to the power of training your awareness. Okay? The mind is always going to look for problems. It's always going to see things through the lack lens, because that's what the mind is designed to do. Why that is, that's another topic for lots more discussion. But the mind is a machine, okay? And it looks for problems to fix. When you become practiced, when you take on the practice of training your awareness, oh, well, where is the protection here? Where does it exist? Where am I taking it for granted? And you simply become willing, because willingness is all you need to do. You don't need to go find it. Just declare willingness. It's an invitation. You will expand in your capacity to see how you're protected, to see how you're safe. And as that awakens within you with full permission, you will start to experience this in your outer world. It will just rise and manifest more and more. And as you feel safer, as your nervous system relaxes, as you invite the things that you need to invite in order to move into this new state of consciousness, you become more open and receptive to the fulfillment of life. So that is the Receive Protection card for today. Here's your mantra. I am willing to see all the ways that I'm already protected. I would love to hear what you notice as you take on this mantra. And as you explore, where am I taking this for granted in my life? Turn away from the news. You can watch a little bit of it, just enough. But believe me, you don't have to look far to know what's going on in the world. You really don't have to go look for it. It's just going to make you feel less and less protected. Okay? Take the information you need, set boundaries, protect yourself, say no, say enough is enough, set the boundaries, and then I am willing to see all the ways that I am already protected. So I hope you like this. If you did, please like, please share, please subscribe if you're on YouTube. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. And please check out the links above and below for free resources, and stay tuned because I have a brand new workshop coming up in October called the Vision Workshop, which supports you in receiving your clarity, your power, and your path forward. So important in this day and age to train your awareness on a vision for your life rather than on all the stuff that you cannot control in the outer world. And if you'd like to get your own Receive card deck when they become available, go to receivecarddeck.com, put in your name and email, and I'll keep you posted on when you can purchase your own. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow at Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.